All rise. Please stand if you are able for the arrival of the platform party. Please be seated. This citizenship ceremony is now in session. Welcome, everyone. Again, my name is Mina, and I am the clerk of today's ceremony. In the spirit of reconciliation, we will now play a video called Welcome, There Is Room, developed and produced by and with Indigenous people to showcase the history, culture, and diversity of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people in Canada.
Kirana skup na epetagutig.
Tunga suge.
Miigwech nendam janda iek.
Kwe Pijashin, Anishinaabe Aki.
Bien avant que ces terres ne soient connues sous le nom de Canada, elles étaient le territoire des peuples autochtones, Premières Nations, Métis et Inuits.
There are more than 600 First Nations communities from coast to coast to coast in Canada. Some of us live on our reserves set aside for our nations, and others live in towns and cities. Bien que chaque Première Nation a une langue, des cérémonies et des croyances différentes, la plupart de nos systèmes de croyances reposent sur le concept de l'équilibre. Nous croyons que tout être vivant doit travailler à maintenir un système équilibré.
Les Métis sont un peuple distinct, d'ascendance mixte, soit autochtone et européenne, tirant son origine du commerce des fourrures au 18e et 19e siècle. Les unions entre les explorateurs européens et les femmes des Premières Nations visaient principalement à faciliter les relations du commerce. Over time, Métis carried on their traditions and built a new culture within fur trade territories. Today, we can be found in regions across Canada.
The Inuit, which means the people in the Inuktitut language, live in the northern region of the globe. Our knowledge of the land, sea, and wildlife enabled us to adapt to one of the harshest environments on Earth. Nombreux Inuits habitaient sur cette terre jusqu'aux années 1950 et 1960, lorsque le gouvernement du Canada les a déplacés dans les villes du Nord. Aujourd'hui, nous habitons partout au Canada, mais plusieurs d'entre nous considèrent le Nord comme étant notre chez-soi.
Les Premières Nations, les Métis et les Inuits ont toujours eu une tradition d'accueillir les autres, de partager leur culture et leurs connaissances et d'établir des relations positives. La relation initiale avec les colonisateurs reposait sur des principes de paix et d'amitié, mais ceux-ci n'ont pas toujours été honorés. As a new Canadian citizen, you play an important role in restoring the original collaborative relationship between Indigenous peoples alongside all Canadians. En prêtant le serment de citoyenneté, vous vous engagez à respecter la Constitution du Canada qui reconnaît et confirme les droits ancestraux et issus de traités des Premières Nations, des Métis et des Inuits. Qu'est-ce que cela signifie pour vous en tant que nouveau citoyen canadien?
Hi, I'm Charlotte Kamanik, and welcome to Canada. As a new citizen, you're going to hear about Truth and Reconciliation. Truth and Reconciliation is about acknowledging Canada's legacy of residential and federal day schools and understanding the wrongs of the past and present that Indigenous people experience. It's about working together towards healing and making positive change. In 2015, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission released 94 calls to action that span across child welfare, education, language, and culture. Calls to action that all Canadians can get involved with. You too can play a role in making change.
Ani, my Indigenous name is Kenoshinwak, which means tall pine, and my English name is Bob. Learning is a critical part about reconciliation. Learning about the land you live on, learning about the histories of Indigenous peoples on that land and across Canada. There are numerous universities and colleges that have free online courses, hundreds of books authored by Indigenous peoples that you can read, as well as events that are hosted in urban centers and within Indigenous communities. We know that people come here from all over the world, and we're anxious to hear your stories too. That's part of reconciliation, is learning about each other as we become neighbors. We welcome you.
Peu importe d'où nous venons et peu importe les circonstances qui nous ont menés au Canada, nous avons tous la responsabilité de travailler à créer un Canada où nous avons tous notre place et où nous pouvons tous nous épanouir.
Scanot swagwego, agatsanoni ne nanto isis.
Yat e
Tunga sugitsi.
Peta wawa nichi wagana.
This ceremony will be held predominantly in English based on the language preference of today's candidates for citizenship and will be presided by Citizenship Judge Suzanne Carrière. The host of this ceremony is the Manito Ahbee Festival. Judge Carrière, in accordance with the provisions of the Citizenship Act, it is my privilege to present to you 43 candidates for citizenship from 22 countries who have met all the requirements of the Citizenship Act and are now ready to take the oath of citizenship, the final legal requirement to become a Canadian citizen. I now invite you to give your opening remarks.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Bonjour tout le monde. Tanse, Anine, Boujou. Good morning. I only heard like 3 voices say something back to me. Good morning. There we go, that's better. Welcome to all of you to today's Canadian citizenship ceremony, and a very special welcome to the 43 of you who are becoming Canadian citizens today. Sorry, can you bring the stand over, please? Bienvenue à vous tous et bonjour à vous tous et bienvenue à cette cérémonie de citoyenneté et un bienvenue très spécial aux 43 personnes parmi nous qui deviendront citoyens canadiens aujourd'hui. So, I'm so happy to be here with you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you all here at the 20th edition of the Manito Ahbee Festival, here on Treaty 1 land, the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene nations, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. Now, we heard the word reconciliation a few times here already, but what does that word mean exactly? Well, the late Honorable Murray Sinclair, who was the chair of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, said that it turns on a very simple concept, which is, I want to be your friend, and I want you to be my friend. And so in order to be a friend to the Indigenous community, each and every one of us needs to reflect on our own actions and see where we can be better allies to Indigenous peoples. Because reconciliation with Indigenous peoples is a responsibility shared by all Canadians, even new Canadians, such as you're about to become. La réconciliation avec les peuples autochtones est un devoir partagé par tous les Canadiens, même les nouveaux Canadiens tels que vous. Now, I'd like to welcome Knowledge Keepers Kathy and Ernest Daniels to begin the ceremony with some words of welcome. Knowledge Keeper Ernest Daniels Jr. is from the Saugeen and Swan Lake First Nations and is currently the Senior Cultural Support Worker at Anish Healing Center. Prior to that, he spent 8 years working in federal corrections and another 10 years in provincial corrections. He's been participating in ceremony since he was a little boy and is a well-known singer in both ceremony circles and on the Pow Wow Trail. Singing at ceremonies and powwows and teaching songs to others is his passion. And Knowledge Keeper Kathy Pompana Daniels is from the Sioux Valley Dakota Nation and is currently Assistant Executive Director at Anish Healing Center, and her previous employment was also in federal corrections as an Indigenous liaison officer and provincial corrections as a knowledge keeper. She's also been participating in ceremony for many years and has been a powwow dancer since she was a little girl. So if both of you want to come up, please. So on behalf of Immigration, Refugee, Citizenship Canada, it's such an honor to have you both here, and I just want to thank you for joining us. And it's with respect and gratitude that I offer you both this tobacco and ask for your help for welcoming our new Canadians here in a good way. Yes. Thank you. Would you want this? Sure.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome, and congratulations on today. Very exciting. I'm going to be praying in my language, and while I'm doing that, Ernest is going to be singing also a prayer song. So that's what we're going to be doing today.
All right, thank you so much to Knowledge Keeper Daniels for getting us started in a good way here today, for setting the intention for the day. Really, really appreciate it. Miigwech, thank you. Hi, hi. We do have quite a few other special guests with us today, so I'd like to take a moment to introduce them as well. We have, we have the Honorable Malaya Marcelino, who is the member of the Legislative Assembly for Notre Dame since 2019 and who's been the Minister of Labor and Immigration since 2023. Good to see you again. We have Chief Ovid Mekredi, who has a background in law and then had a long and storied career in Indigenous politics as a regional chief for the Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs, and then as National Chief of the Assembly of First Nations, and then as Chief of his home community of Mississippiwistic Cree Nation. He's a leader, an advocate, an author, a professor, a chancellor, a consultant, an officer of the Order of Canada, and last but not least, a golfer in his spare time, although I'm not sure you have a lot of that. It's an absolute honor to have you here with us today. We have David Dandino, who is chair of the Board of Governors of the Manito Ahbee Festival, a member of the board since Manito Ahbee's creation 20 years ago. We also have Nastania Mullen from the Manitoba Inuit Association. Do we have, I think I was told that Deputy Mayor Marcus Chambers might be here. Nope, not here, okay. And I also want to give a shout out to Lisa Meaches, who's the Executive Director of Manito Ahbee, Catherine Strongwind of Manito Ahbee, and Dwight McCauley for making this all happen today. And to Lisa and everyone from Manito Ahbee, thank you so much for having us here today. Oh my God, it's such an honor to be part of this festival, and we're so thrilled and honored to be helping you celebrate your 20 years of putting this festival together. And I was telling Lisa earlier, I remember maybe not 20 years ago, I don't think I've been around since the very start, but I think the first time I attended a Manito Ahbee, I was pregnant with my first child, and she's almost 17 now. So yeah, back then it was not here, it was downtown, and it wasn't May long, it was September long. But yeah, I definitely remember my first Manito Ahbee, and since then I've had 3 kids. They've been to Manito Ahbee Pow Wows. My middle son has played in the last 2 years in the Manito Ahbee Cup, the hockey tournament that takes place just next door. So I have lots of good memories here, and this is certainly going to add to it. So yeah, again, thank you so much for having us here. So a big thank you to all of our special guests today for sharing this special day with our new Canadians. There's a lot going on this time of year. First of all, May is Asian Heritage Month, which invites us to celebrate the rich diversity of Asian diasporas and their many contributions to our country. From the Chinese laborers who worked on the Canadian Pacific Railway to the leadership of Japanese, South Asian, and Southeast Asian communities in shaping Canada's cultural and economic landscapes, Asian Canadians enrich the fabric of our society. This month also provides an opportunity for us to learn more from our Asian neighbors' perspectives, cultural touchstones, and lived experiences, which strengthen the diversity of our country. So I certainly encourage you, there's quite a bit of month left in May, so I certainly encourage you to attend any events or celebrations that might be happening in your communities to commemorate Asian Heritage Month. Also, yesterday was the International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia, dedicated to raising awareness about the challenges faced by the 2S LGBTQI+ individuals and communities. Also reminds us of the crucial importance of combating discrimination, celebrating diversity, advocating for equity, dignity, and inclusion. It's incumbent on all of us to commit to creating a society and a country that is safe, respectful, and inclusive for everyone. So now moving on to today's festivities. In the world of citizenship, we often talk about where people come from, and as Madam Clerk mentioned earlier, today the 43 of you are representing 22 different countries. As for me, as you may have deduced from the video, I am of mixed European and First Nation ancestry, and my family is part of the historic Métis Nation. From the fur trade, the buffalo hunts, the dispossession of land through Métis scrip, acts of resistance, all of it. So I have relatively deep roots here in Canada. I'm French Canadian, I'm Red River Métis, and because of my background, my own journey to become Canadian was very, very simple. So simple, I can sum it up in just 4 words. I was born here. That's it. But just because it was easy for me does not mean that I take it for granted. In fact, every day of my life, I feel very grateful to be Canadian. But for the 43 of you, your journeys to become Canadian were much different and more complicated than my journey was. For starters, you were all born in another country, and then at some point in time, you made that difficult decision to leave your home country and come here to Canada to start a new life. And there are many different reasons why people make this choice. Some people come here for better opportunities, for education, for work, maybe even for love. Some people come here because of war or other instabilities in their countries. But whatever your reason was, once you arrived here in Canada, you had to adjust and adapt to life in this new country, where the culture, the weather, the language might all be very different than in your countries. So today I really want to recognize the courage, the determination, and the hard work it took for each of you to be here. And I know there were difficult times along the way, but you've persevered, you've embraced this new country, and now here you are, about to become Canadian citizens. Becoming Canadian is something very special, because with this honor comes incredible rights or privileges, like the right to live free of discrimination and persecution, the right to express your opinion without fear, the right to practice your religious faith, the right to vote, and the right to live and work in any province or territory. And these rights apply equally to all Canadians. So it doesn't matter that my family's been here for hundreds of years. and that you're about to become Canadian in 5 minutes. As soon as that happens, we are the same under the law, and we're entitled to the same rights and privileges. But as I'm sure you're well aware, Canadian citizenship does come with responsibilities as well, like obeying our laws here in Canada, taking responsibility for yourselves and for your families, voting in our elections, doing your part to protect Canada's environment and heritage, and helping others around you and being good community members. Now, all of you have been in Canada for some time already, at least 3 years, some of you much longer, and I'm sure that during that time there's already many different ways that you've been active citizens here, and I certainly encourage you to keep that up long after today's ceremony is over. So with that, let's move on now to the moment you've been waiting for, the swearing of the oaths of citizenship. I'll start by saying the oath in English, and then I'll repeat it in French, because as you know, Canada is a proudly bilingual country, and we honor and respect that in all of our ceremonies by swearing the oath in both official languages. So Madam Clerk, I'm ready to go ahead with those oaths now.
Thank you, Judge Carrière. We will now proceed with the oath of citizenship. All candidates who are 14 years of age and older are required to take the oath. If there is any doubt that you have taken the oath, you will not be called forward to receive your certificate today. Children under 14 years of age do not have to repeat the oath, but can if they wish, and we encourage you to try. You must repeat the oath in English or French or in both languages after the citizenship judge. You are encouraged to repeat it in both languages as a symbolic gesture of your commitment to respecting Canada's 2 official languages. The citizenship judge will start by saying, "I swear," but you have the choice of saying either "I swear" or "I affirm." Please pay close attention to the following instructions. You will repeat the words of the oath as a group, 1 sentence at a time, each time after the citizenship judge. Do not read the oath on your own. Now, would the candidates for citizenship please stand and raise your right hand in this manner? Please stand. If you choose to swear the oath on a holy book, please place it in your left hand. At this time, we invite all of our special guests and those in attendance here today to stand, raise their right hand, and repeat the oath if you wish. It is a demonstration of your commitment to Canada, but it will not make you Canadian if you are not one already. Judge Carrière, the candidates for citizenship are ready to repeat the oath of citizenship.
All right, so here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes, all right. Please repeat after me. I swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty, King Charles III, King of Canada, his heirs and successors, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including the Constitution, which recognizes and affirms the Aboriginal and treaty rights of First Nations, Inuit and Métis peoples, and fulfill my duties as a Canadian citizen. Excellent. Very well done, everyone. But we're only, wait, we're only halfway there. We are going to do this one more time en français, so hold that applause, but I do want to hear it in just a bit. So once again, please repeat after me. Je jure que je serai fidèle et porterai sincère allégeance à Sa Majesté, le roi Charles III, roi du Canada, à ses héritiers et successeurs, que j'observerai fidèlement les lois du Canada, y compris la Constitution, qui reconnaît et confirme les droits ancestraux ou issus de traités des Premières Nations, des Inuits et des Métis, et que je remplirai loyalement mes obligations de citoyen canadien. There we go, you've done it. Now's the time. Congratulations, everyone. You are now Canadian citizens. Welcome home and welcome to our Canadian family. Félicitations à vous tous. Vous êtes maintenant Canadiennes et Canadiens. Bienvenue chez vous et bienvenue dans notre grande famille canadienne.
Please be seated. We will now begin with the distribution of the citizenship certificates. Please stay in your seat until you are called on, and we will call one person or one family at a time. I would also like to apologize in advance for any mispronunciation of any names. And as a reminder, there will be an opportunity for photos with the presiding official and platform party after the ceremony. Van Mirion, Fabian.
Netherlands.
Lo Wing. Once you are done accepting your certificates, if you could please head to the table over on my right, and you will be able to sign the remainder of your oath portion. Akhter Noshin.
Hello, how are you?
Paniker Anish. Mohammed Mukhtar. Zalaya Vadapal Rosario. Saini Gorminder. Peter Deppen. Chow, Tu, and Kiet. Yeah, got a few of them. Oppenheimer, Leonardo. Nunag, Quincy. The Grishchenko family, Olena, Alexandra, and Vladimir. The Oates family, Kiara, Kiana, Kara, and Hugh. Nguyen T. Nguyen Tay. I don't know if I said that right. Somebody changed their mind? Yeah, it should be here. Truya family, Jano, Norgi, and Marielle. Henry, Savina.
Hello, how are you?
Gergis, Hermela. Oh. Oh. Kaminsky, Andre. The Lee family, Junshi and Ziying. The Palad, Rosalia. Conway, Amelia. Lucas Chuck, Ramona. Klassen family, Waldemar and Katarina. Chipitson, Alexandra. Dela Cruz, Wida. Lar, Nicholas. Garrido, Renato. Vejano, Merlita.
Hi, how are you? Fine. Good, good. Where are you from?
You, why?
Yeah.
You, why? Cornwell, Sean. Malhi, Mukhtiar. Kabate, Marlon. Syed Saifuddin.
All right, so to all of you, once again, congratulations and welcome home. Thank you to all of our guests for helping with the presentation of certificates. It really is an honor and a privilege to be able to welcome you all into our Canadian family. And if you think about it, it's pretty amazing. You came here, you know, maybe an hour or two ago, 43 people from 22 different countries, and now here you are, all part of one big happy Canadian family, along with 41 million other people. So your journeys to become Canadian citizens are now complete, and your journeys as Canadian citizens are only just beginning. So from all of us to all of you, once again, congratulations. Félicitations. And with that, I'd now like to invite the Honorable Malaya Marcelino, Minister of Labor and Immigration, to come share a few words.
It's kind of hard to hear with the mic, Suzanne.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm going to just kind of go a little bit forward.
Okay, yeah, you do what you need to do.
Yeah. What time is it? Is it 11? Good morning, everybody. My name is Malaya Marcelino, and I am the Minister of Immigration and Labor on behalf of the province of Manitoba, our Premier Wab Canoe, and with all of our honored guests that are here gathered today. It's really my pleasure and honor to welcome you as new Canadians and for you to be here in Manitoba. It really means a lot that you've chosen Manitoba, that you've chosen Canada to be this country of choice for you here. I know as a fellow immigrant myself, I came to Canada when I was 4 years old, so about the same height as some of the others that we had earlier here. And I also became a Canadian citizen when I was 8 years old. I still remember my citizenship ceremony. It was in a nondescript little office somewhere here in Winnipeg, not like this. Not like this. Today, it's a historic day. Manito Ahbee is welcoming us as new Canadians. We also have some folks up there from Ecamm and from Mosaic, some refugee families and newcomers there. And Manito Ahbee Festival, its volunteers, its organizers, all the participants. This is the first time that we're having a citizenship ceremony here. This is very moving, and I am really amazed by this. This is one of the things that our late Justice Murray Sinclair talked about when he was talking about reconciliation. The formation and rebuilding of a relationship between Canadians of all different sorts and also our Indigenous peoples in Canada. Our Indigenous peoples here through the Manito Ahbee are doing their part in the relationship building, and it's our turn as newcomers and rest of Canada to also engage in this relationship, in this renewing and rebuilding of this relationship. And in any relationship, I don't know how many of you guys have good relationships, but I am fortunate to have a very wonderful husband, and my relationship with my husband, Joel, is probably one of the best things I have in my life. And to be in a good relationship, you also have to know yourself first and have a good idea of who you are first. And then also understand the other person's history and how he came to be that way. And then after that, you can form a relationship together. And this, in a way, is kind of what reconciliation can be as well. This understanding of one another as we forge our identities together in this project that we have as Canadians. Many of us have come from countries with colonial backgrounds, so we have a little bit of an understanding of what we face here in Canada. But this is something that we can get through together and keep building on. So I want to thank from the bottom of my heart the organizers of Manito Ahbee Festival for welcoming all these newcomers, our new Canadians here, as well as those over there from Ecamm and Mosaic. So thank you so much. I just do want to just close by saying that Manitoba has meant so much for me and my family. It's giving everything to us. We've seen happiness, health, prosperity here, and we wish the same for you. And on behalf of all my colleagues in the Manitoba legislature, we welcome you and really honor you today and your decision to be Canadians here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that, Minister Marcelino. I'm told that maybe it's a bit hard to hear me. Maybe it's because it was on the stand and I'm looking back and forth. So I'm going to try to hold it from now on, and maybe that'll make it easier for you to hear me. And of course, Minister Marcelino is representing the province. The Premier, Rob Canoe, is going to be here later as well. He's hosting a dance special at the Pow Wow today. And all of you are invited to take part in the grand entry of the Pow Wow, right? So what a great honor. So I hope that you will be sticking around so you could be part of this Pow Wow that's going to start right after we finish up here. Super excited about that, and I can't wait. I'm brought a change of clothes. I'm planning to spend the day here. I'm just so happy to be here. Now I'd like to invite former National Chief of the Assembly of First Nations, Ovid Mekredi, to share a few words. Oops. Oops. Thank you so much for being part of this today, and thank you for joining us. And I thank you. I offer you that tobacco to ask for your help to welcome these newcomers in a good way. Thank you.
Thank you, Jess Carrier. And Lisa, thank you for making this happen. This is the first time I see this, where newcomers, new Canadians, are being welcomed by our people, the original people of this country. In Inunina, I am what they call a Cree, but I just told you what my name is, Ininu. And Mr. Pais Tigokos, that's where I was born, and that's where I was raised. You all have your languages from where you come from. You know how important that is, to maintain that even in this context of a new country. And although Canada is only bilingual officially, there are many languages in this country. And I am happy, as a former leader of First Nations, to participate in welcoming you to our homeland and to the country that occupies our homeland. And there are a number of things that I would recommend you do over your lifetime. One is to maintain a friendship with us as a people, and to learn the history of colonization with us, and the importance of respecting not just human rights, but the rights of Indigenous people. And here in this country, there's 3 categories: the Inuit, the Métis, and what we call the First Nations. I am happy to see you here, especially the young people, the children and the youth that came forward. Later on today, you will be asked to participate in a very important protocol called the Grand Entry. This is really special to the First Nations people. And it's a way of belonging, a way of being one with us. So I ask you to stay and remain for that and be part of that Grand Entry as we walk in together to celebrate not just the culture and dance and so on of our people, but more than that. Celebrate the belonging that we have as a people. Kinaskamit now, and I thank you all for believing that you can start a new life somewhere. And we want that very much. That we want to create a better society, a far better society than you see right now. Why there's still outstanding issues to be resolved and a lot of work to be done, building a better country where our people not just belong, but prosper and excel as you should. Naskaman, thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief McCready. It's an honor to have you here today, and thank you for your warm welcome and for your calls to action for people to be friends with the original peoples of this land. Now I'd like to invite Nastasia Mullen from the Manitoba Inuit Association to share a few words. You too. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and I offer you this as for gratitude and for your help to welcome our new Canadians.
Thank you so much. Udlaku. Good morning, everyone. I just would like to understand, is everybody as happy and excited as I am? I just want a round of applause. This is absolutely beautiful. To be here, to witness this is absolutely spectacular. And when I was shaking everyone's hands, the first words that I said, welcome home. We're here at Manito Ahbee. This is Canada's largest Indigenous powwow. This is absolutely phenomenal. This is the first time Manito Ahbee has welcomed this sort of event to be here. And it showcases, and it's a testament to see how welcoming Canada is to you. And as the judge said, we want you to be our friend, and we want to be your friend. Canada is known to be the friendliest country in the world, and you are here for Manito Ahbee. It's an Ojibwe name that means where the Creator sits. This is a sacred moment, and you've been welcomed here for this spectacular event. Myself, I am a proud Inuk father. I am also a lawyer, but now I represent Inuit in Manitoba. And I welcome you. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. I look forward to sharing our culture. I look forward to learning about your culture. Let's share each other's culture. With that, welcome.
Thank you very much, Nastasia. Thank you for your warm welcome. And yes, this really is, I know that it's a bit loud in here. There's a hum of conversation all around, but that's excitement about what's about to happen here. And you see everybody pulling around suitcases. It's not because they came straight from the airport or they're going to the airport after this. They're bringing in their regalia. Like what you're about to witness is just a beautiful, beautiful cultural tradition. And I just can't wait for it, and I'm so happy. All right. They're laughing at me in the front row here. Last, I want to invite David Dandonneau, who's the chair of the Manito Ahbee Board of Governors, to share a few words. À vous la parole, Monsieur David. J'ai oublié de vous demander si vous voulez du tabac. Il y a un micro ici.
Non, je veux dire le stand.
Tu veux avoir le stand, oui. Oui, absolument. Tu peux commencer. Est-ce que tu voulais du tabac? J'ai oublié de demander si tu voulais du tabac.
Merci.
Merci pour votre aide.
Merci.
Accueillir les nouveaux Canadiens.
As a board chair, Lisa has trained me to be more formal. So I asked for this so that I can use the words that I was printed out. Bonjour, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this truly special moment, one that brings us together to honor not only the 20th anniversary of the Manito Ahbee Festival, but also to celebrate new beginnings for those receiving Canadian citizenship today. Bonjour, bon matin à tous. Bienvenue à ce moment vraiment spécial. Un moment qui nous rassemble pour célébrer non seulement notre 20e anniversaire du Manito Ahbee, le festival, mais aussi pour accueillir les nouveaux citoyens de la famille canadienne. This festival is rooted in the spirit of gathering, learning, and sharing. Over the past 2 decades, Manito Ahbee has stood as a place where cultures meet, where Indigenous traditions shine, and where unity leads the way. Today, we extend that spirit of welcome to those joining the Canadian family, embracing this land with fresh hopes and dreams. Devenir citoyen est un parcours profond, porteur de sens, d'efforts et de jalons importants. Aujourd'hui, nous vous reconnaissons pour votre engagement envers ce pays, votre résilience dans ce parcours et la force que vous apportez à la diversité de notre nation. Canada is enriched by its diversity, and each of you brings something invaluable. Your culture, your traditions, your stories, and your aspirations. This moment is not just about a legal status. It's about belonging, about finding your place, about shaping the future of this land together. As we welcome our new citizens here today, we also reflect on the teachings of Indigenous peoples who have cared for and lived in balance with this land for thousands of years. Citizenship is not just about rights. It is about responsibility. The responsibility to honor the land, respect its people, and contribute to a future built on understanding, truth, and reconciliation. Le nom Manito Ahbee ou Manito Ahbee porte une signification profonde. Il représente un site sacré, un lieu de grande importance spirituelle pour le peuple Anishinaabe. Alors que nous nous rassemblons ici aujourd'hui, nous invitons chacun d'entre vous, qu'il soit un nouveau citoyen ou un Canadien de longue date, à embrasser l'esprit de ce lieu, à apprendre de ses enseignements et avancer ensemble dans l'harmonie. As you took your oath today, know that you are not just joining a country, you are joining a community, a place where dreams, your contributions, and your voices matter. On behalf of the Manito Ahbee Festival, its board, and all those celebrating here today, we congratulate you, we honor you, and we welcome you with open hearts. Au nom du Festival Manito Ahbee, au nom du Conseil et de tous ceux qui célèbrent ici aujourd'hui, nous vous félicitons et nous vous honorons, nous accueillons à bras ouverts. Chi Miigwech, merci. Bienvenue dans votre nouveau foyer. Thank you and welcome to your new home.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Dandonneau. Merci pour l'accueil chaleureux pour nos nouveaux Canadiens aujourd'hui. All right. Well, you know, throughout our history, millions of immigrants have helped build this country. our country. Canada welcomes people from more than 150 different countries each year, and it's thanks to Canada's amazing diversity. Okay, so not in spite of it, but because of it, that Canada has become a role model for the world. And now, as Canadian citizens, the 43 of you are ambassadors. You're ambassadors for one of the greatest, freest, richest, and most beautiful nations that's ever existed in the history of this planet. You are Canadian. Now, in just a moment, we will sing our national anthem together. In fact, we've got two anthems today. Trenton Spence is going to be singing our English anthem, and then Monsieur David Dandonneau is going to come back to sing the French anthem. But before we get to that, I want to thank, again, all of our special guests today, and especially Manito Ahbee Festival for inviting us here and hosting us. I also want to thank the clerk of the ceremony, Mina Esmail. Thank you all so, so much. And to the new Canadians, this is a day you will likely never forget, but the same actually applies to me as well, because I'll never forget that I had the honor and the privilege of participating in today's ceremony with all of you. So I really want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Merci, miigwech. Ceci est fort probable un jour que vous n'oublierez jamais, et c'est également valable pour moi parce que je n'oublierai jamais que j'ai eu l'honneur et le privilège de participer en votre compagnie à la cérémonie d'aujourd'hui. Je vous remercie du fond du cœur. Thank you, miigwech. One more time, congratulations to you all and welcome to our Canadian family. Félicitations à vous tous et bienvenue dans la grande famille canadienne.
Thank you, Judge Carrière, and thank you to our special guests. It was a pleasure having you present here today to witness this momentous occasion. To the new Canadians today, you will now be singing O Canada for the very first time as a Canadian citizen. This is now your national anthem, so sing it with pride. Today we have the pleasure of singing along to O Canada twice. Trenton Spence is from Lake St. Martin First Nation, Manitoba. He loves to sing a mix of everything but leans more towards country music. Trenton will be singing our national anthem in English, and David Dandonneau, chairperson of the Manito Ahbee Festival, will be singing in French. Please rise for our national anthem.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see the rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Welcome.
O Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton front est saint, de fleurons glorieux, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits et ta valeur de foi trempée protégera nos foyers et nos droits, protégera nos foyers et nos droits.
Bravo. On behalf of IRCC, congratulations to the new Canadians, and thank you to everyone who contributed to this ceremony. It was a delight to have you all with us. And a special thank you to our host, the Manito Ahbee Festival. This citizenship ceremony is now closed. Please remain standing while the platform party exits the stage area. Please be seated. Congratulations, and here are some last things you need to know. Check that the personal information on the front and back of your certificate is accurate before you leave. If it contains any errors, tell an IRCC staff member immediately. Please do not laminate your certificate or put a plastic coating or layer on it. This could damage the information on it, and we may not be able to confirm the information on the barcode on the certificate, which is important when you apply for your passport and other government services. Visit the IRCC webpage shown on the inside pocket called After the Citizenship Ceremony for important information about applying for passports, registering to vote, as well as learning about and exploring Canada. Before applying for a passport or other government services, you must wait 2 business days after the ceremony for us to confirm in our system that you are now Canadian. You should not finalize any travel plans until you get your passport. Please stick around for photos with the presiding official and special guests. As Judge Cariad had mentioned, there will be a grand entry dance at 12 p.m. that citizens are welcome/encouraged to participate in. Congratulations and welcome to the Canadian family.